Hey everybody, thank you for being here. We
The
are
Review Guys.
The Review Guys, and we have a great one in store for you today. If you don't know what a hot drink tastes like, to have it warm on every single sip, you're in for a treat because I actually have the Ember here. I've gotten this a little over a month ago, and I've used this to help me with a lot of my research and my workflow activities. It has been fantastic. This will actually hold a temperature for you. It will take your temperature from 135 degrees Fahrenheit to up to, I believe, 145 degrees Fahrenheit, which still is pretty hot, and it will hold that temperature. So what we are going to do is I'm going to full screen this, and then we are going to jump into a screen share so you can see what this looks like as we dive a little further. Now, this is a really cool image, but what I want to do is I actually want to share the screen right now, and I want to show you exactly what you're going to see when you take a peek at it from the Amazon perspective. In addition to that, I want you to see and really get a peek at what it's going to look like in full screen in my hand. So first we'll show you the Amazon perspective off the actual website, and then I want to show you in my hand what you're going to see. So now we have Amazon loaded up. We are in an incognito. So the one I have is a 14 ounce. It's a little bit more expensive now. I guess you can say a lot more expensive. I got this for under $100. As you can see, it goes pretty pricey. This is still a decent bargain compared to where it has been. There's different colors. There's red, which I really like. I appreciate the black, though. That's probably my favorite option. There's white, and then there's gray. It looks like there's 21 options. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these different colors and see. Maybe they mean 21 options in terms of 21 available. But I do have the black. You will see it. And again, we can take control over temperature. This is what it looks like. Now, this is the charging base. It doesn't come with two. It comes with one, and this will charge it. Now, one cool thing about this that you're not going to hear much about, you can actually just sit this mug on a charger, and it will charge much longer than the minimum time. So, for example, it's supposed to be 80 minutes, and it is 80 minutes. That's the battery life where I can have this anywhere where it's off the actual charger. But if I have it sitting on a charger, I can have a drink warm for 2, 3, 4 hours, no problem, and can just stay on the charger. It will continue to slowly charge the unit while it's active, and it will also keep your drink warm. So that's an option. One thing you'll notice, you'll get a little bit of a film when you're dealing with coffees. If you just keep it on the charger, even with teas, they can get a little bit of a film. So keep that in mind. So I always recommend getting the bigger one, the 14 ounce. They do have a 10 ounce. The travel size is a 12 ounce. The 14 ounce has been perfect for me. It can fit most of the drinks I do, and I think it's the best bang for its buck. Definitely get it. It is scratch resistant. So I want to show you this image here. This is important. When you're washing it, you want to make sure that you don't get the bottom too wet. It's not made for dishwasher, hand wash only. So I just kind of do a soap and hand soap wash on the inside. On the outside, I do a little bit of a quick little rinse and rub down. Then I dry it immediately. Then I put on a charger. Always make sure that you put it on a charger when it's dry. Now, there's a lot of reviews, almost 5,000 out of the 5K reviews. Most of them are going to be 5 stars. You might have a few that are 4 stars. I did look at the reviews. To be honest, I can't even remember the negative reviews, maybe the pricing. I did hear some people say the mug stopped working. I believe they said they got the bottom maybe too wet. They minced it in water, just let it sit there. I don't know if they let it sit in their sink or whatnot. So if you have people in your home with you, make sure that you let them know if they're going to use it or wash it for you on your behalf to try to not get the bottom wet, and also don't get the base of the charger wet as well. Then you should be in pretty good shape. And this really is a beauty. It's done a great job. I'm using it now. You're going to actually see it in action. I want to go down and see if there's any questions I can clarify. Does it chip? It doesn't. There is an app that I use with the app, and the app will make a noise if you want. I have that noise turned off. Every time my perfect temperature is reached, it will give me a notification. Okay. Works perfect. Excellent product with weird software issues. The software can be a little funny at times. Connecting is Bluetooth. And I want to show you an image actually from my phone that I have when I'm pairing. So let's go ahead and show you that image so you can see a little bit about the software. But first, I want to play a video for you. And we'll take a look at this video together. Right here. I'm going to full screen this. Now that is so cool. You see this bottom right here? This is the part you don't want to get too wet. Let's continue. Yep. So I'm sorry, guys. That is true. It is going to be 120 degrees to 145. I think might even go up to 155. I'll have to double check, but it goes pretty high. Yeah, I said 135. No, 125. It will go down that low. It doesn't go much lower. I don't think it goes that low. My daughter is a toddler. She's 4. She likes her drinks basically above room temperature. So obviously this wouldn't be something for a kid. But I do like the premise of being able to keep her drinks a certain temperature. And, obviously you want to continually safety check it. Anytime you're dealing with anything with kids, you never want to just rely on the software or the hardware. You want to make sure you're constantly checking. But it does a great job of holding the temperature. I've let a few family and friends use this, and they've had great reactions. So let's continue with the video. Also, that steam is a real thing. When you see the steam coming up, you'll probably see it from mine. If I still have the temperature on, which I will check as we continue to do the rest of the video. Let's see what my battery life is. Oh, yeah. And yep, it's pretty cool. Again, this is a great mug. Let's go ahead and get out of the video. Really, really a cool tool. So next I'm going to show it to you in my hand. Let's go ahead and first stop the screen share. And I want to go to this image. And this is it pairing. All right, so now I have the mug in my hand. Let's show it to you. We're going to end the screen share. And here it is. A little higher. Oh, yeah. And let's see if we can show you some of the steam. I'm tilting this ever so slowly. The lighting might be tricky for you to see the steam. I'm going to try to be still. I see it. Let me back up a little. Also, I want to show you the pairing, as you can see. And granted, this is a really good camera. It's hard for me to really get this right up close. I'm going to see if I could get a little. Oh, you can see a little bit of the steam coming through. I made this well over an hour ago. And I can see quite a bit of the steam, maybe because the lighting is too well lit in this room. It might be a little harder for you to see. I'm going to take a drink. Oh, that's good. And it's warm. Now next I'm going to hold up my camera. You can see on my phone the app where the perfect temperature has been reached. I like it at 133 degrees. That's what it is. You know, I bet I can turn it up and I can get it really steamy, but then I won't be able to drink it. But for you guys, let's do it. So it's at 130 degrees. I'm setting it to, look at the bottom, 145. I don't know if you can read that. And let's see if you can see the steam coming now. We'll just hold it here for a second. I see it getting nice and hot. Oh yeah, you see that? Maybe across my head. Let me put my hand up. Maybe the darker tone of my arm will help. And it's 135. This is a lot hotter than how I like it. So I'm going to drain the battery probably a little bit by doing this, but that's okay. I'll put it right on the charger. And oh man, this is really steaming now. I really want to get a good look for you guys. We'll give it about 10 more seconds. Oh, there we go. You see it? Look at my hair. Let's see if you can see it kind of coming in. I know I have a little bit of gray from doing my PhD and having a family. That was a lot of work on me. So yes, I blame those two elements to the gray hair I have. But yeah, it is nice and warm. It is at 134 right now. The battery, let's see what the battery is on. Battery now is on 6%. You might have a hard time seeing. 6%. I have it set to Fahrenheit. You can have it set to Celsius. It looks like the steam kind of messed with the lighting in the camera, so I won't get it too close to the lens anymore. But yeah, really, really cool cup, really cool mug. I'm going to show you another picture of it so you can take a look at it again. And let's full screen it. We didn't full screen this one for you, so let's go ahead and give you a full screen mode. And finally, I'm going to jump back on screen, and we're going to talk a little bit about who is this for. So if you're someone that likes warm drinks, this is definitely going to be for you. If you're someone that is working hard at whatever you're doing, whether you're doing research like I'm doing or you're making YouTube videos, you might be getting tired. You might need something to give you a little pick-me-up, like a coffee drink, a warm drink like hot chocolate or a tea, maybe even warm water. This is cool because this will keep that temperature for you. So every time you take a sip, it's going to be at that nice, warm, perfect temperature for you, just warm enough, and it's going to help keep you awake and alert. It's nice to have a drink, a warm drink, especially a caffeinated drink, where I can take a drink and it's warm enough to keep me alert. It's almost like another surge of energy because it stayed at that temperature. You want to think of it like when you eat a steak and you have maybe red wine with you. The wine's going to serve as a palate cleanser. So every time you take a bite of that steak, it's going to be very similar to that first bite because you had cleansed your palate. That's kind of how it feels when you have something that's stuck at a specific temperature. It does a great job as almost a palate cleanser so that every sip you take is going to feel similar to that first sip because you're not going to notice a drop in temperature. So this is for anyone who likes warm drinks. It's also for someone that might need a warm drink to stay alert as they work. They have this in the travel pack. We have a lot of good thermoses, so I don't see the need to get a travel pack because our thermoses are so well done, so well made. I feel like I'd be spending a lot of extra money for no reason. Maybe I'll consider it later on if this review goes somewhere. Maybe the company wants to give me an option to test it out, or certainly do that. But would I recommend this around the house? Absolutely. Again, we do have a lot of good thermoses, but I like the idea that this will hold it for an extended amount of time, particularly if I sit it on the charger. It will hold it well longer than a battery life. I've done it many, many times, more than 10 times, putting this on the charger and just letting it sit for multiple hours, 4, even 5 hours at a time. So hopefully that has been helpful for you. This has my recommendation. I highly recommend that you get it. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And don't be a stranger to the channel. We're going to have a lot more reviews coming for you sooner than later. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. We hope that you're getting a lot of satisfaction out of these reviews. And if you have any questions, remember, leave a comment so we can address it. And we can have a community of support to talk about household items and others that we can use together. So be well. We will be back with the next one very soon.